Welcome everybody, welcome travelers. I have caved in to a game called The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I just got this game yesterday, played for about 2 hours, so I have been exhibiting self-control. As you can see, I'm actually making a video for the first time in a few weeks after purchasing this game, which I'm impressed, because this game actually motivated me to make a video again. That being said, why did I cave? There are exceptions, and the exception for me is this game, this franchise, Zelda. And I found out I didn't have to buy a brand new game console to play it, so I said, why not? I haven't been inspired recently. I haven't been not that I haven't been motivated. I haven't had a great idea recently. And a lot of my ideas are derived from video games, and a lot of them are heavily derived from games like this one. Why did I buy this game? I saw reviews after it was released, and I don't care about the reviews, what they had to say. I really didn't care. They were all 10 out of 10s. That didn't factor anything for me. What factored it for me was watching the gameplay from a perspective that the reviewers chose, rather than from a trailer. So when you get to see what users of the game, consumers of the game actually are experiencing, that tells me more of a story than a trailer will ever say. And the things that I saw, I really liked. So on that note, of 2 hours of playing, here's my first impressions. Visually, this game is stunning. It's unreal. I'm not comparing it to the Switch version. I have the Wii U version. I don't know what the differences are. I just know what I see is in the Wii U version, and it's stunning. You walk out into an open field, and as far as the eye can see, you can go to those places. The grass blows in the wind. That's another new impression. It's not just a sword anymore. You pick up weapons that break. So you pick up weapons as you travel, and if it's a sharp weapon, it will cut the grass. If it's like a bat or like a club or something like that, it won't cut the grass. If you have an axe, you can cut down trees. You need to gather materials. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But right off the bat, they don't open up with this long-winded cutscene about, oh, this happened, and like, let me do a fairy flying through the thing, or my little sister's over there on the dock. These are all examples of intros of earlier Zelda games. Right away, all you hear is a voice saying, wake up, get up, basically, and then you're going. You get an item that's the equivalent of having a smartphone in the game, which I thought was brilliant. I thought it was funny. It's like a tablet. It's a tablet, like what an old tablet was, made out of stone. I like to say when you progress, you start downloading new apps, because that's what it feels like. Anyway, back onto the main point. Why this is so impressive. The game starts much like the first Zelda game did. And no other Zelda game since really followed that old Zelda formula. This one did. The first Zelda game started, opening screen, you start, and you're a little dude and you go around and you gotta find stuff. You gotta find a sword, you gotta find things, you gotta figure things out for yourself. They don't say, oh, go here, go there. This game, same thing. You wake up, you go outside, you get some clothes, you go outside, and it's like, okay, go. Now you notice an old man nearby at a fire, first of all, and that's like the most obvious thing to go to. But you don't have to. You can do other things before you go to see him. In fact, you can totally avoid him and do other stuff. You'll just never progress the game. So I was around, like, before I even went to talk to the old man, I'm gathering apples, fruits, and like weapons on the floor, fighting, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I should talk to this guy now. And then instead of having this whole long, you think he's just some random guy, instead of having this whole long-winded opening cutscene with him, he just says something, I forget what he says, quickly, and then that was it, and that's it. And then you just like go again on your own. And then you gotta go and like, you figure it out for yourself. He kind of guides you slightly, but you do things in your own order, at your own leisure, at your own time. And instead of having an area blocked off because you don't have a specific item, they let you go to the areas for the most part. They let you go to the areas, and then either you're going to get bombarded with strong enemies, or the temperature's too cold. So they let you suffer the cold temperature to make you realize, I need to do something to stay warm in the cold temperature. For example, instead of, like traditionally what would happen in the older, not the first Zelda, but the other Zelda games, it would be like, oh, it's too cold here, you need to get such and such an item to get to this point. Or, for example, but they didn't do any of that. They didn't even say, oh, you can find these things over here. No, like the solution to the cold temperature was you need to cook something with pepper in it. So you need to find pepper, and you need to find a place to cook it. And they don't tell you any of this. You have to figure it out on your own. Alternatively, you could just keep healing on your path in this cold place till you get to the place you need to be. Both work. One's just more trickier than the other to do. But you have the freedom to do it. So that's my point, and that's why it's so impressive. No one held my hand in that part of the game to say, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, you can't go here yet. No. You know how you can't go somewhere? You usually end up falling off a cliff and dying, or something of that nature. And on the note of dying, I've never died so many times in the first hour of a Zelda game ever. This is literally an open world. It's like being in a sandbox game in an open world, and you're like Survivor Man. You need to pick up weapons constantly because your weapons keep breaking. You don't have a permanent sword, as far as I know yet. And the weapons break easily, like after a few kills, and they vary in strength and all that. So, it's a lot of looting, a lot of pillaging, and you had to pick your battles too, because sometimes these massive enemies come up out of nowhere and kill you in one shot. So, I could keep going on and on and on, but all I gotta say is, they nailed it. I feel like I can progress very little of the story and do so much in the game, and I don't mind that at all. I'm gonna take my time on this game, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's a Zelda fan, because this Breath of the Wild is a breath of fresh air. Not to be cheesy, but it's like, I think I can argue, like, I'm pretty sure I could say it's the best Zelda game ever. Most people are saying that, and they've cleared the game. I've said it in the first 2 hours of playing it. And that's all I gotta say. So, on that note, let's keep growing together. I know this is more about fun and reviews and first impressions of a video game, but this is my inspiration. This is how I got my ideas for this channel, and therefore, let's keep fueling the fire. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.